Across the US, monuments to controversial figures whose legacy is linked to slavery or colonialism are being taken down. Some have been toppled by protesters and others removed by the authorities. The long-standing debate about the place of these relics in modern America has been reignited by the Black Lives Matter movement, following the killing of George Floyd by a white police officer. Most of the statues commemorate leaders of the Confederacy of Southern States, which fought to preserve slavery during the Civil War in the 1860s, and while dozens have fallen, hundreds remain. The movement has led the Marines and Navy, as well as the NASCAR sporting franchise, to ban the Confederate flag. And in the US Capitol, portraits of former House speakers who served in the Confederacy have been removed.
As I've said before, there's no room in the hallowed halls of this democracy, this temple of democracy, to memorialize people who embody violent bigotry and grotesque racism of the Confederacy. You have to see the remarks that they had made, how oblivious they were to what our founders had in mind in our country.
But a majority of the Founding Fathers, signatories of the Declaration of Independence, were also slave owners, as marked by red dots on this painting. Non-Confederate monuments that have been targeted include statues of Christopher Columbus and Andrew Jackson, the 7th US president. The latter was a slave owner who also implemented the forced movement of Native Americans, causing thousands of deaths. Jackson's statue stands in front of the White House, and he's a man that President Donald Trump has described as one of his heroes.
Numerous people are in jail and going to jail today. People are already there, but we're looking at long-term sentences under the Act. We have a very specific Monuments Act, and we are looking at long-term jail sentences for these vandals and these hoodlums and these anarchists and agitators, and call them whatever you want. Some people don't like that language, but that's what they are.
Washington, D.C. and Wisconsin have called in the National Guard to protect monuments targeted by anti-racist protesters. Some argue that the statues should remain because of their historic significance, but others see a better way of preserving their contentious past.
Well, it definitely is part of history. I think it should belong in a museum or some sort of like that. But to have it publicly displayed and paraded is very belittling to ourselves and to people who went before us. So with that, I think it should be removed because it's hurtful.
As the US reconciles with its past, will many of its supposed heroes turn out to be villains? And are Black Lives Matter protesters making history or whitewashing it? Adam Pletts, The Newsmakers.